see the car's gonna stall. So stay in first for long. I'm gonna show you the things that you're doing wrong in a manual car, and I'm also gonna show you how to do them correctly. Let's go. When you're trying to build up speed quickly, you wanna make sure that you're staying in the lower gears for a lot longer. And the mistake that people make is they gear up way too soon, and that ends up making the car go really slow. Let me show you what I mean, and then I'll show you the correct way as well. Let's say I wanna go fast here. What they'll do is they'll go into second straight away. And if I put my foot all the way down, it's really sluggish. And if I go into third now, and then into fourth, yeah, it's gonna take a long time for me to build up my speed, even with my gas all the way down, because I've geared up too soon. I think a lot of learners think that the higher gears make you go fast straight away, but they don't. The higher gears are not good at accelerating, but they're good at keeping your speed up once you've got the speed high. Once you build up your speed, then you wanna go into the higher gears. But to build up your speed in the first place, you wanna stick to the lower gears. Let me show you what I mean. So this time, once I move off, I'm gonna stick to the lower gears for a lot longer so that I can build up my speed quickly. So stay in first for long, and then in second, put my foot down. So look, RPMs are going really high, and then going to third, put my foot down, into fourth. So you saw there the RPMs were much higher than on the first example, and I stayed in the lower gears for a lot longer, and that allowed me to pick up speed really quickly. When it comes to reversing, one of the biggest mistakes that people make is they go too fast by bringing the clutch up way too high, like this, yeah? So if you bring your clutch up too high like that, your car is gonna go really fast. Now there's an easy way to control this, and that is by making sure you don't go too high above the biting point. So when I brought the clutch up just there, this is higher than the biting point, and therefore the car's gonna go way too fast in reverse. So to control it, I want to keep the clutch just around the biting point, so just like there. And I know I've got the biting point. You can see the RPMs go up a little bit there, just above 1000, and that's how you know you're around the biting point. Another way you can tell is if you feel the car making a bit of noise and is shaking a little bit, you also know you're around the biting point. Now, to keep it slow, the easiest way is to bring the clutch up like this and then down a little bit, up and then down, up and then down again. Once you get more experienced, you can keep it just around the same point like there. But this is quite hard to do when you first begin learning to drive. So I recommend if you're new, just use this technique of bringing it up and then down, up and then down. This technique is harder on a hill, and I'm going to show you further in the video how to do that on the hill. When it comes to coming off high-speed roads and turning sharply left, this is a mistake that lots of learners make, is they will coast into the turn and not slow down in time. So I'm going to take the next left. So let me mirror signal. Instead of gearing down and braking early, they'll leave it really late and then clutch down now and then coast into the turn like this. And that's going to be quite dangerous, and it's not very controlled. So instead of doing it like that, you want to make sure that you slow down early enough so that you can get into the correct gear and be in the right gear before you turn and with your clutch up. Let me show you what I mean. So right now I'm going quite fast, and I'm going to turn sharply left onto a side road. And because I know that I'm going to turn left, I'm going to let people know early on that I'm going to do that so that they have time to respond to my slowing down. So I can see a sign for the left turn, so I'll check my mirrors and signal left from early, and then I can start bringing my speed down. This is the mistake people make, is they will leave it way too late to start slowing down. But once you've signaled, now people will know that you're coming up to a turn, so then they'll back off a little bit. And then now that I know I'm turning, I'm going to second, still bringing my speed down. Even if this is a high speed road, I'm still bringing my speed down, and then I can turn in second with my clutch up. So that's how you do it smoothly, and that's how you do it safely, by signaling early first of all, so everyone knows that you're gonna have to slow down. And then you start bringing your speed down by braking gently. So put your brakes on so that people can see your brake lights, and then they can back off, and then into second before you turn, and then bring your clutch up just before you make the turn so that your car is controlled in second gear on the turn. Now we are almost on 100k subscribers, so please make sure if you're watching this video and you like it, subscribe, help us to reach that goal of 100k. Let's go. Right now we're on a quite steep hill, and you can tell as soon as I put my handbrake down, the car starts rolling back. And if you want to know how to do hill starts properly, check this video out. But for now, I'm going to show you a mistake that lots of learners make, which is panicking when they feel the car rolling back. So let's say I'm trying to move on a hill and then the car starts rolling. They panic and they bring the clutch up way too high. Or what they'll do as well is they'll feel the car rolling back and then add lots of gas, but then the car is still rolling back, and they're wondering Why is the car rolling back? I've got lots of gas on. The gas is not going to do anything if the clutch is not at the biting point, or if the clutch is not in the right place. If your clutch is down like this, your car is going to roll back. Even if you add gas, it doesn't do anything, the car is still going to roll back. To stop it from rolling back, what you want to do is make sure that you got the biting point first, and then, so like there you can see I've got the biting point, the car's not rolling back or it's not going forward either. If I bring up a tiny bit higher, it's going to start to go forward. And then now I can use a bit of gas and bring the clutch up gradually. And that's how you control it. And if you find yourself rolling back, don't panic and bring the clutch all the way up. What you want to do instead is just bring it to the biting point like there. Yeah, so if you feel the car rolling back, bring it to the biting point and then hold it still. If you feel yourself rolling back too far though, just press the brakes and then bring your clutch to the biting point again. And then you can feel that because the car is rumbling slightly, then you know you've got enough power. When you come off the brake now, the car shouldn't roll back. And sometimes it's not going to go forward because it's just at the right point for it to be holding it still. Once you've caught it with the brake and you've got the biting point and you're trying to move again, then you add a bit of gas. And when you feel yourself rolling back, using the handbrake is not going to be that useful because look, you see, the car's still rolling even though I put my handbrake on. Then it stops. The brake is much quicker and much better at stopping the car straight away. And then if you want to use the handbrake, if you prefer that technique, you can put the handbrake on, make sure you lift it up enough, because on a hill, usually you need to lift it a bit higher than normal. And then now that the handbrake is holding the car, then I can take my time to get the biting point, add a bit of gas, and then handbrake down while bringing the clutch up smoothly with my gas still on. Another mistake I see learners doing is pressing the clutch every time they're trying to slow down. So let's say I saw that pedestrian there, and then they'll press the clutch down thinking that's how you slow the car down. Or even here, they'll put the clutch down without even pressing the brake. This is the wrong way to do it. Whenever you're trying to slow down, especially at these sort of speeds, you just need to use the brake, or even just coming off the gas will be enough to slow the car down. So if I saw that car and I wanted to slow down a bit, I'll just use my brake gently without using the clutch. I can see in the distance here there's buses that are pulled up at the bus stop, so I'm just going to ease off the gas, no clutch needed, maybe even just brake a bit without the clutch, check my mirror and go around them. Don't need to use the clutch. At any point here I didn't need to use the clutch. Again, braking, no clutch needed because we're just going slow. But now, because the RPMs are dropping now, then I can use the clutch and maybe even go into first, because now the speed is too slow for second gear. And then now I can go a bit faster. So just like here, I'm going to brake first because I'm in second gear. And then there's a situation here, so I'll use my clutch now and go into first gear because I can't fit through this space. So I'm just going to use my clutch and come to a stop. If you've seen the previous videos, you'd have seen that we like to run competitions in these videos. So the last competition, this person was the winner. I'm going to message you, make sure you reply so that you can claim your prize. Now in this video, tell me the exact model of car that I'm driving in the comments. And for this one, I'm going to select 2 people to win. But for now, let's get into the video. A really common mistake that I see lots of learners doing is gearing down with the clutch down all the time. So let's say we're slowing down here. They'll slow down like this, and then they'll keep the clutch down and go into 4th. Right now I was in 5th, but now I'm in 4th. And then they'll keep the clutch down. And then from here, they go into 3rd with the clutch still down. And then when they get to like around here, still got the clutch down. And then they go into 2nd. And then when they come into a stop, they go into 1st. The whole time with the clutch down. That doesn't really make sense. If you're going to keep your clutch down the whole time, you might as well select neutral, because you're basically neutral that whole time. A better way would be to skip some gears and have the clutch engaged at some point so that you actually got some engine braking. Let me show you what I mean. So this time, if I know I'm coming to a stop, I'm not going to keep my clutch down the whole time, and I'm also going to skip some of the gears. I'm not going to go from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to skip some of them, and I'll show you what I mean. So I can see the lights are red up there. I'm going to start slowing down in 5th. Right now I'm still keeping it in 5th. I don't need to go into 4th yet. And then now, if I want to, I can go into 3rd, bring my clutch up. And this is slowing the car down even more. And once it goes a bit slower, I can even put my clutch down now and go straight from 3rd to 1st, because I'm ready to move again. I didn't even need to use 4th or 2nd there. If the traffic was slowing down gradually and it was at the speed for 4th gear, then I'll use 4th gear. But because I was coming to a full stop, I can skip gears. I can even go from 5th to 1st. Let me show you what I mean. So right now I'm in 5th, and I can see the lights up there are red. So I'm going to keep it in 5th the whole time until I actually come to a stop. So I'm going to start reducing my speed. Just check my mirror first. Keeping it in 5th the whole time. braking gently, keep braking. Then when I get to like around here, I'll put my clutch down and then I'll go into first. Now I'm ready to move again. I didn't even need to go to 4, 3 or 2. I went straight from 5th to 1st. It's much easier that way and less work. So it's really interesting to see all the comments telling me where people are watching from. So please let me know in the comments, where are you watching from? What country are you in? And are you learning for fun, or are you learning to actually have driving lessons and pass your driving test? Let me know in the comments where you're watching from, and are you learning this just for fun, or are you actually going to do a driving test soon? When it comes to moving off in this kind of situation, what you see some learners do is they'll keep their brake on for too long while trying to move, and then now the car's struggling, and then they're wondering why it's jerky and why it's hard to move. And the reason is because you kept your foot on the brake for too long. When you're trying to move in this kind of situation, once you've got the biting point, make sure you come off the brake and then go straight to the gas. Get used to, once you're trying to move, going to the gas straight away, rather than keeping your foot on the brake while your car's moving, because now when you're doing that, the clutch is fighting against the brake to move forward, and that's going to put a lot of strain on your car. And then if you're trying to move off, don't be too quick because everyone's moving ahead of you like that. I see a lot of learners trying to be quick and trying to catch people up that have left them behind. You're more likely to stall that way, and also when you do it that way, it's going to be a very rough ride. To move off smoothly, you want to be a lot more careful. You want to take a lot more time releasing the clutch. Let me show you what I mean on the next one. So this time, watch how I move off. So once I'm ready to move off, get to the clutch, the biting point, and then 1, 2, 3, releasing the clutch slowly while adding gas in the background. And then that way, it's a lot smoother. And I don't need to rush to try to catch anybody up. I'm just doing my own drive at my own pace. And then eventually, you're gonna learn how to do it quicker. Since you're here, let me show you how to move off quicker. The key to moving off quickly is bringing the clutch up fast, but smoothly. So earlier I showed you how to, I brought it up fast, but it wasn't smooth. If you want to be fast when you're taking off, you want to bring up the clutch fast, but in a smooth way, while adding gas in the background as well. Let me show you exactly what I mean. So the wrong way would be trying to bring the clutch up really quickly without using any gas like that. So you saw it was quite jerky. And if I do it even faster than that, the car is going to stall. Let me show you. So let's say I was trying to move off quickly, and then I do this. See, the car's gonna stall, and I was kangarooing all over the place. A bit embarrassing, but the correct way to do it would be like this. So let's say I'm trying to move now. I would get the biting point and add gas, and then clutch up smoothly like that. So that's how you do it smoothly. So that's how you move off quick. So you see that I had lots of gas, but I still brought the clutch up smoothly and quickly. Not like this, more like this, with gas on in the background as well. Let me show you on a higher speed road so you can see exactly what I mean. So I get my biting point, add lots of gas while bringing the clutch up smoothly, and then into second, again a bit smoother on the clutch, and then more gas again, into third, and then you see there are lots of gas, but I'm still bringing the clutch up smoothly but quickly. Earlier I showed you a technique to control your speed in reverse, and that was on a flat road. Now we're going to reverse uphill. It's a bit harder, but I'll show you how to do it properly anyway. And the mistake that people make here is when they're trying to control their speed, they bring the clutch down too much, and then the car keeps rocking forward, and then they get to the biting point and then down again, and then you see when you do that, the car keeps going forward, and then you're losing all that ground that you've made. Instead of doing it like that, what you want to do is, once you've got the biting point and then you're bringing the clutch up slightly, if you want to go slower, just bring it down a tiny bit, just to the biting point again, and then up again. Down a tiny bit, and then up again. Down a tiny bit, and then up again. So not all the way down, because when you do that, you see, I lose power and then the car rolls forward. Instead, if I'm going too quick, bring down the clutch around the biting point, then up again to the biting point, up a little bit, and then down again to the biting point. So don't bring it down beyond the biting point, because the car's going to roll forward. And I get asked a lot about reversing uphill. Do you need to use the gas or not? And the answer is, in most cars you don't need to, but some cars that are not powerful enough, or if you've got quite a heavy load in your car, or if your car is just struggling, then you're better off using the gas. So like now, especially if the hill is really steep as well. So like now, if I don't use any gas, it's doing okay, but I can feel it shaking, I can feel it struggling a little bit. But if I add a bit of gas in the background, suddenly it becomes much smoother, because the gas is now helping the car and the clutch to go up the hill. So use a bit of gas, not too much, just above 1000 RPMs will be enough to give the car enough power to go up the hill smoothly. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and if you haven't done so, enter the competition by letting me know exactly what kind of car this is, what make and model, and you could be in with a chance of winning a prize. Otherwise, thanks so much guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.